The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
In motion, the tight end. Looking to throw on second down. Nance. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From the 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Up to the 20.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
10 yards there. Good for a Washington first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Corral to throw, 1st and 10.
Open man here is Conklin. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down. It's Graves, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Corral looking to throw.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. These two teams all tied after 1. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down. Nance. This one complete to Christian Kirk. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. That's caught on the left side by Kirk.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves him at 3rd and 1. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Kirk, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans have taken the lead.
Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying,
and we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Graves, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 67 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction? I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing on first down, Nance. They'll get this out to Kamara. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. But he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll go right back to St. Brown. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And the slot man goes in motion left.
to throw again.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me,
he's got a man complete.
They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
A huge play there for Washington. 74 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. Graves. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. They'll try again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
3rd and goal. Here's Corral.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And this one is right through.
And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
41 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries in the ballgame.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, Nance drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Back to throw. Nance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That catch is number 819 of his career. It ties him with Hall of Famer Steve Largent.
Who did things largely below the radar? Not this guy. 819 catches, that speaks loudly in volumes.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The tight end in motion right. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Texans have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Graves. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down. Here's Corral with it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Corral, another throw on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Graves. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Corral from the gun on 3rd down here. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the...
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Off the bootleg. Nance. There again is Cooks, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. The slot man in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down. Nance. And able to find Kirk, complete. Touchdown, Texans. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Graves. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 114 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graves. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Throwing here, Corral. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 27. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Graves. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Going to do a bootleg. Here's Corral. They'll roll him out right. There's the tight end, Carlson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with career touchdown number 60. And the Commanders answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
The Texans hand over 1st down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Into the hands of Cooks. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll wind up getting about 8, but the clock will run. Also, don't forget, it's now third down. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Cooks will come in motion right. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that is no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Commanders, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year.